and I've decided that I'm going to try and do a little bit of DIY inside the boat. First job today will be to install a shelf opposite the fire. I actually stopped here mainly, well, partly because I was getting very wet and a little bit cold, but this particular spot, as you can see, has got quite a nice towpath. My plan today is to do some DIY in the middle of nowhere on my boat. I want to put a shelf up. It's not a very good drawing, but hopefully this will give you an idea of what I'm looking to do. That's the shelf there. These are also ex-shelves that I've had around the boat, which I'm not going to be using, so I'm going to repurpose them. That's roughly where I want the shelf to go. Now it doesn't quite fit because those are my shelves, so I need to cut some bits off to join it all back together, and that's what I'm going to show you next. I've already marked up where I need to make my cuts. You can see, just about see one there. But first I have to take off some of these end panels so I can get into do the cut nicely, and then I'll be joining them together. These are just screws with a hexagonal head to it. Okay. That's right. I'm going to go and see if I can find another saw. I may have one here still. Right, I do have another saw. A little bit of overkill. There you go. Circular saw. So I'm going to try this. Hopefully it won't be a disaster. Yeah, not too bad. Need to take out this end. That bit fits nicely just there. And then I have the other bit. That one will go about there. I found the bit I was looking for, and that's going to go in there on that bottom shelf, or the front shelf I should say. The only problem is I need to shorten this by a little bit, probably half an inch or so, which is a little bit awkward, but because that means I've then got to, you can see there, got to carve a bit that looks a bit like that. After searching high and low for a chisel or something, or even a file to take the end off of that and make something like that end on this end, I've not been able to find it, so I'm going to have to use this, which is just a sharp knife. I'm going to slowly carve away at that so that I can make it the same as the other end. Okay, corduroy cuts. So cast that out to there, push on. That's it. Well, I've made some progress now. Got all the main bits cut to size, as you can see. I'm not putting anything particularly heavy on there, but it's got to be able to take 2 or 3 pounds in weight. So all I'm going to be putting on there is a statue and some plants to trail over the edge. And it's getting a bit dark now, so I'm actually going to be carrying on with this in the morning. As you can see, I'm no longer inside doing my shelf. That's because my hacksaw blade basically just went blunt. I'd only done like a couple of millimeters of the first cut, and I've got 6 to go. So I'm going to give that up for now, go to the hardware store and buy the right angled bits that I need. For now, I'm cruising up the canal a little bit, going to a turning point and then coming back towards the marina, staying at least one more night out on the canal. It's a few days later now, and I'm about to put my shelving together with all the bits, because I finally managed to find the bits that I needed, like an angle, and that'll hold the shelf up, and then a little bit of metal strip there with some holes in, and that's going to hold the shelves together, because as you may remember, they're in about 3 or 4 different pieces, so I've got to try and get that all together. I've already drilled the holes where these bits are going to go, so I'm just going to put them in now. I won't show you all of them, but you get the idea. Well, I continue to put the rest of those angles and strips in. As you can see, sun shining, absolutely glorious day out there, not a breath of wind, and it's so warm in here. As you can see, I'm in a t-shirt. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Somebody's got an engine or a generator running fairly close by, so I don't know how long that's going on for, so I'm going to crack on with this. I've decided not to fit the shelf just yet, because I want to paint it first, and then do the final fitting once it's painted and dried. So I need to rub it down with some sandpaper so the paint will stick nicely. So this is quite a smooth surface. This one's not too bad, but I'll still give that a rub down as well. But this one in particular, even though it's not going to be seen that much once everything's on the shelf. So I'll crack on with that. Right, this is the colour I'm going to be using. As you can see, colour of my curtains, which you may have seen in a previous video. I've got this one, which is only a test pot, but I just wanted to try it, see what it comes out like, and see how it fits in with the colour scheme that I'm going for in the boat. The name of this one is Maroon. This test pot comes with a little paintbrush, so I'll just quickly put that on just to use up the paint. I'm not sure I've got enough paint to finish this job, but like I said, I'm just trying to prove a point as to whether the paint is the correct colour that I'm looking for. I'm going to paint the bead first. Well, success! I've actually managed to put the shelf up. It is very firm, the colour is perfect, and I think I'm just going to start by putting my plant on there first, my yucca plant, and then I'm going to put my statue at the front, and I'll tell a little story about that one. I'm just going to start with my yucca plant, and since I brought the yucca plant to the boat, it's gone absolutely crazy. It's doubled in size pretty much. As you can see, a lot of leaves. It's a bit tall, but I think it should be okay. Just about there. And the statue. Now this statue, I bought it in round about 1984, something like that. I lived in Africa at the time, in Zimbabwe, and I was just driving along a road in the middle of nowhere, came to a crossroads, and there was this guy on the side of the road who'd carved a whole load of things like this. The workmanship of the art is just incredible. It's a bit dusty now, so next time I come to the boat, hopefully I'll have some wood oil that I'll be able to apply to the statue. Chap's name, Nicholas Mishar. So I can show you that on the camera. And he's done an absolutely incredible job. The sad thing is, I didn't have enough cash with me to get the twin female of this statue, so I could only buy one, which has always been a bit sad in my book. So it would have been nice to have the two together. So I'm just going to put that one there, and I think that looks absolutely amazing. If I get some close-up pictures for you. I've always liked this statue, just incredible, so lifelike. And there we have it, a DIY shelf on my narrowboat, made from scraps. In the next video, I ask you, if you're thinking of buying a narrowboat, watch the next video first. It's called Don't Buy Yet. I break down the 11 worst things about owning a narrowboat to help you decide if this lifestyle is for you.